Okay, we are back with self-worth. This is Kirkendoll's In Messy Life. Go ahead, subscribe if you haven't. And I have my notebook here. I kind of got into last video about a little bit of my self-worth and how health is really what's important to me, and I never thought like that would actually be my answer when I sat down with this. But for a lot of people, when I asked them how do you measure your self-worth, all the responses I got back, what did I get back? 29 responses. Some wrote just a couple sentences, some I got pages, but I at least got a paragraph or two from everyone. And all different ages, from, I think the youngest was 19 and the oldest maybe was, I think, 67. So I got a wide range, which I was very excited about with this. And I wrote down one of the main things was health and stability. And when I wrote back on a lot of them that had stability, I asked, what does that mean to you? And that's again where I got pages of information. And it's kind of funny when we sit there and think of stability. Sometimes we have a lot of control in that, and other times we really don't, but we have that need to be stable. And when we're stable, we feel at ease, comfortable, at peace. And that's kind of an illusion, to be honest. We always should be growing and moving on, and everyone's always wanting to ask what's next, what's next. But we rarely take time to be like, I'm happy here. Am I stable here? If those people, they find their self-worth through stability. And with that, I found stability, a lot of them connected it with money. And with spirit, they're like, this is where the problem lies. I'm like, okay. But, you know, I have that problem where if I do different work and I don't get paid, sometimes I don't get paid for a couple of months while I'm doing work. It's like contract work. So I do all this work and at the end I get paid, but sometimes I gotta stretch my money on out or figure out how to make ends meet. And for the longest time, I would say my self-worth back in my 20s would be money. I always have worked. I've always worked part-time, full-time. I've worked since I've been 16, I believe. So having some type of money to get what you want, it bought me freedom. But that didn't measure my self-worth. And when I dug in deeper, mine was self-worth is love and health. And again, I'm finding it hard to find my self-worth because I am not in love with myself. And with that, I go in stages. It goes back and forth to, I'm great. I'm feeling myself, and it's different than saying, oh, I have a great, I'm having a great hair day today, which I am, and makeup and the exterior stuff, all of this just matters on the inside. Spirit was saying you can't move forward with anything truly if you don't have your self-worth. And that's what a lot of us today struggle with, from a woman in her 60s to all the way people that are my age, 30 and younger. 19-year-old said that no one's ever asked him that. And truthfully, I hadn't ever really been asked that till I got it from Spirit, and I kind of was taken back because I'm like, I don't want to do this. Give me something else. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. But character, I found only one person answered that, but the way they answered it, I found it riveting because they want to be able to help other people or have a good reputation, more or less. And even though they claim they don't care what people think, if your answer is character, which this guy's was, you can control how you act and your mannerisms. But on reputation and all that, it really it kind of is what it is. People can start all kinds of things online. I see those little trolls online and what they say behind a computer, and the thing is, those people that we all love to hate about on the internet that do say mean comments and send stuff, they're hurting or can't relate, or there's something going on. So there's no, again, self-worth for there. My other question I sent out, which again, I got a lot of this from Spirit as well. Do you have control over self-worth? For me, I still don't know if I have the answer to that, because it's like, do I have control over it? My pride, Nico's like, well, yeah, Lauren, of course you do. But when I just sat there at the beginning and said, hey, I don't truly love myself, and I haven't been able to do that, therefore I can't find my self-worth, I'm not happy with my health, it creates these patterns, and in these patterns are fragments that's cut down. And you sometimes, and I do this, I'm very guilty of this, making my own reality, and it's not truthful. And like I said, in 2019, that was my big thing, to move forward with truth. And with this, do I have control over it? Well, first I need to figure out myself. For me, if I loved myself and figure out my health and I'm okay with it, then I do have control over it. But I don't have control outside of these faucets. People, a lot of it was work, their job title. And then there's this other lady who just retired and telling me that, that's what it used to be. And she found this very riveting for her, because she honestly has been struggling with what to do next after she retires. She had a very successful career, and it's kind of like, well, what do you do now? And the other thing was with this lady, she hated her career. She made a lot of money, made really good money, got to retire very well, and is able not to work if she doesn't want to, but hated it and was unhappy, and it wasn't anything she wanted to do. And we're finding, I'm counseling her to figure out what she would like to find next. And the thing is, a lot of the stuff, it stems clear back into their childhood, teenage years, early 20s. You already know exactly what you're kind of wanting to go for. It's, a lot of it is status, and does it make the money, and does it make your parents happy or your loved ones happy? Does it provide? Happiness comes from self-worth. I got that repeated over and over and over. And part of it, with me having depression, I would be happier if I'm finding peace within not having everything, but I still want it. And my pride's like, yes, Lauren, you have to have this. So-and-so has this. Why can't you afford this? I want this type of car. And in reality, I don't really want any type of car like that. It's coming to be truthful. And my happiness, well, it does come from other humans, and that's how I find some of my self-worth, is from other people. Am I able to connect? Am I able to deliver this message? I enjoy doing my mediumship, even with the dead that for the naked eye you can't see. I enjoy it. A couple other questions, if you're going to do this at home to sit and write, is, where does self-worth come from? Mine is love and acceptance. I love to be loved. I love to be liked. With that comes acceptance. And why I'm answering it like that is because I haven't began to accept myself the way I am right now and be at peace with it. Even though I'm not perfect and not anywhere near I want to be, I have to be at peace with myself right now, where I'm at, for me to venture forward correctly. And then the other one was, what makes self-worth? And with that, what type of happiness makes that worth? Those two I couldn't answer. So tell me if you guys have luck with that one. I do want to say over the next month, if you do this exercise, go back and ask yourself what you want to remeasure as your self-worth, because that's the big one. What do you want to work on? Because maybe your self-worth isn't what you really thought. If you're really putting the pen to paper here, that's what I love about writing. Ego, my pride steps out the door. I let everything loose. And even getting on here, as you've seen in my first video when I was talking about me accepting my MS, and then I haven't been able to do that, and that my MS comes with a lot of weight issues that I didn't have before, and I'm unable to deal with and get rid of, to really cope with. And that is where I need to start and able to find my pure happiness and pure peace. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Thank you for watching. Again, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.